Why are you always telling everyone about what you're doing? Why do you feel this need to, when you eventually just get one slight advancement, tell everybody and their mama about how you're finally going to change everything? You notice it whenever New Year's comes around and everyone around you is talking about how this is the year that they lose the weight. This is the year that they'll actually start their YouTube channel or whatever their goal was for the year. And before you know it, they all start to fall out. Why is it that they all give up? Was it an issue of discipline or motivation? It was most likely a combination of both, but for this video, we will only focus on motivation. You have to ask yourself this. What is it that motivates you? What truly motivates you? Not just the platitudes you tell yourself to make yourself seem less self-centered or more righteous. For example, for many young men such as myself, being in shape is something that we dream of. Every man has dreamed of being the strongest man in the world and being as aesthetically pleasing as Frank Zane. We may lie to ourselves and say that we only want to have huge biceps for ourselves, but we all know deep down the truth. The truth that seems so pathetic when you say it out loud. That truth being that you want to be bigger to attract girls. You want to lose the weight so that people pay attention to you and that hopefully someone will love you for all the suffering that you have put yourself through. You lift so that other people can love you. You may tell others that you do it for yourself, but you really don't. Because if no one was around to see the fruits of your labor, would you even partake in the labor? As a beginner, you wouldn't. Maybe once you become more advanced and fall in love with the technique and the effort that you exert when lifting heavy, you will, but for now, you only really care about looking good so people treat you with some respect. So that girls will finally look you in the eyes, and that hopefully you'll get lucky one day at some party with a girl that you don't really care about. If so many young men dream of this, and honestly speaking, it is quite the achievable dream, what is it that's so. Why is it that so many can't follow through on their dream? Since we have previously established that almost every single person who starts their lifting journey is doing it for attention, we can see what killed their motivation so early on. It was that they talked about it so damn much. Instead of putting their heads down and working so that others may praise them when they eventually see the results for themselves, they picked the fruit of praise before it even ripened. They posted on social media before pictures and put in a big ass caption talking about how this time next year they will be shredded, and their posts get likes and comments and are full of people who seem supportive and are already giving praise to someone who has not achieved a single praiseworthy thing yet. They tell their coworkers about how awesome their diet is going and that it was the best decision of their life. They may even lose 5 pounds and tell every single person that might care about it. And all of these people they tell will most likely praise them. Those people will most likely tell them about how proud they are that they achieved their first milestone and that they're very happy for them. Are you starting to understand what I'm saying? What do you think will happen when you set out on a journey for praise with all of the praise you could imagine? Of course, you will lose steam. You may not actually think it, but your brain will feel something along the lines of, these people love me now, and I got what I wanted. I'll stop here. I have no reason to continue, and you will become lazy. When you are praised like that, you will lose motivation since you just lost your biggest motivator. I've said in previous videos that the human brain will latch onto comfort for as long as it possibly can, and will fight for that comfort survival. The brain is an incredibly intelligent little thing, and since it prioritizes comfort, what do you think it will do if it knows that you started something difficult for praise? It will try its best to get you the praise that you want so you don't have to step outside of your comfort zone. It will tell you that it's okay to stop since you have achieved your goal without even having to do the hard work. It will convince you to tell everyone about it and even give you some reasoning that sounds pretty great. It'll tell you something along the lines of, well, if I tell all these people about it, then they will hold me accountable and it will just motivate me more to show them that I wasn't just talking out of my ass. You agree with this mindset, and then you tell everyone about what you want to do, and you get praised, and you never even start your journey. Telling everybody about your newest endeavor is mental masturbation, and telling people about your goal makes you feel like you have achieved it when in reality you did absolutely nothing. Please realize that praise early on in any journey is death, but especially when you're getting into lifting or running. When I got back into lifting recently, the thing that kept me going was exactly that realization, and holding praise in front of me like some carrot on a stick. I didn't make the mistake of telling people my business and having them praise me. I wanted so badly for someone to be there with me when I started to see results. I wanted so badly for someone to say something positive about me, but I stayed quiet. And then something magical happened. I dreamed about the praise I would finally get whenever I stepped into the gym. Whenever I was doing my weighted sit-ups, I imagined the praise people would give me when they would eventually see the fruits of my labor. I felt praised on such a big pedestal and denied myself it that it forced me to work even harder so someone could see me and I could finally satisfy that itch. And when that itch was satisfied for the first time, it made my efforts feel so real and so worth doing that I kept going, and now I'm here. By my own standards, I'm small. I've only really been lifting consistently for basically a year, and I didn't dial in diet or sleep for most of that time, so I wasn't making any big gains. But that little bit of praise, when my passion started moving from praise to just loving how I felt whenever I overhead pressed or did some other movement that I love, made me feel great. And I knew that I deserved it since it came from a place that I did not influence. The praise wasn't obligatory like it would be if I had mentioned to someone I'd been lifting for a couple months. No, it was praise that someone genuinely thought when they saw me. And then the praise started coming in droves. It feels so strange for people to consider me jacked just because I have some puny arms and a little lats. But I now realize that it really doesn't take much for people to start to consider you jacked, and I can only imagine the praise that I will get in another year of an even more optimized process. It feels strange being at a party and having some of my boys introduce me as that big guy. Or a girl at work telling me that I have broad shoulders, or that some girl grabbed my arm and said that it was huge, when beforehand most girls wouldn't even be looking at me like that. That moment is when you should take praise and bask in it, when you have actually achieved something great and people genuinely can't help themselves but compliment you. Because when you receive genuine praise and your brain figures out that you won't die under some weight and that can only expect even more exciting praise if it keeps working hard, it will learn that hard work is fun and the praise from working hard is even more fun. You'll then learn to love the process. You must let your need to praise fester and become something so great that you will do everything in your power to receive it. You will never feel more motivation to be seen than when no one sees you. Because even though lifting is a journey that takes small steps every day, no one really notices you are lifting until you finally have a physique that you can be proud of. For most people in your life, you'll go from being skinny or fat to suddenly being jacked overnight. Praise is a beautiful thing when you have truly worked for it. So get out there and put your head down and work. Stop talking about it.